keep thinking in my truck that I got a pop gun. Oh, this one's the best. This one right here. I pulled it out.
And one of his balls fell out of his britches. Yeah.
I think that he might have seen the tranny that I saw by the hospital.
No, son. You and I got pee-pees. That's a dick.
Yeah, we were there a couple times. That's the good one.
So here's the story with the show. Really simple. Just a bunch of funny people all telling true stories. One of the nicest guys in America. Mr. Ralphie May, everybody.
Your wallets suck. That's why we invented the Ridge wallet.
Another commercial?
The founders of Ridge. And I realized that most wallets are called.
Hey, Tony got married. Love him. That ain't his real name, of course. It's just how it appears on my cell phone. And so to my little kids, now it's Uncle Tony and Aunt Tim. You know, they're awesome. They're just the best dudes. Their wedding is why you should always go if invited to a gay wedding. It is fabulous. I was amazed at how gay it really was. Like, I thought it'd be gay, but not gay, but it was way gay. They had like Circus So Gay, and guys flying down and making out with dudes and tweaking nipples and flying back up. Crazy. My daughter was in the wedding, procession. My wife was handling her, and I was sitting with my son, August, who was 4 at the time. And you know how at weddings, how they have entertainment usually? You know, before the actual ceremony, they have like fat girl cousin of the bride will come out and sing that horrible song from Frozen, you know? And then like started off like a 5-minute long rambling story about how she went out one time with y'all bowling, and then y'all had pizza, and y'all shared the last piece of pizza, and that's what true love really is. And you're just like, let's go, big girl, let's go. Wrap it up, baby. Let's go. That open bar ain't gonna drink itself, baby. Let's do this. And either that, or it's like a retarded kid playing the trumpet with a bonus, you know what I mean? He knows his trumpet, don't he? Look at that. Woo, that boy is fine, Lord Jesus. Oh, that's a hog, that boy. Anyway, they didn't have that, okay?
Smoking a cigarette the wrong way.
They had a 6'4" black male transvestite Cher impersonator named Sugar with a CH. Hey.
Of course.
Mr. Sugar was 6'4", okay? That's quite a striking share, okay? But my man had 8-inch platform boots on with fishnet stockings, got about a bustier and a cape. Man looking just like Cher, but not quite gay enough. My man added the cape. Nice. My son had a lot of questions. Daddy, what is that? That, son, is a transvestite. Woo! That's a big old trans mess, my daddy. Yeah, son, that's about as big as I reckon they come. Yeah, that's a big one. Biggest one I ever seen, Dad. Biggest one. Trans mess mites is big, Dad. Yeah, amen to that. And he saw that Sugar was wearing that cape, and he was like, Daddy, you think Mr. Sugar likes sword fighting? I bet he does. What was funny is all the gay guys around us like, we like sword fighting too. My son was like, man, these are a bunch of cool dudes right here. I like these guys.
What's up, guys?
So Sugar started singing, right? And my man was killing it. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know the words. She just sounds like a blue tick hound dog to me. So he sounded like one, so I'm like, he must be on. And halfway through his performance, his big old dick and one of his balls fell out of his britches. Yes. My son goes, Daddy, Mr. Sugar got a big old pee-pee. No, son, you and I got pee-pees. That's a dick. That's big. Had an elbow in it. Oh, Jesus. Big. And that's when August goes, yep, trans mess mites got sticks, Dad. That's a life lesson, son. You listen to that. You hold that with you. Save your life one day, son. Trans mess mites got sticks. Amen, son. Amen. Mm-hmm. What I was amazed is how professional Mr. Sugar was. Okay, that thing falls out. My man is obviously panicked, turns, puts his pocketbook, rips off some tape, puts his junk back up in his britches, and finishes the song. I was like, genius! That was impressive. That was impressive. Think about that. Like, halfway through one of your performances, one of your giant lips falls out. You're not going to be so composed.
No,
You're not going to tuck it back in.
I would.
You're going to go, don't judge. I've made a lot of bad choices in college. You know? Once that's out, the show is over, right? Not Sugar. Went on and did it. Nailed it. The ceremony went off without a hitch. The reception, though, that was awesome. Those gay boys went all out. 100 cases of French champagne. Prime rib station, seafood station, just grab a lobster. What? Okay. Real sushi bar with bona fide Japaneses. Real. Not like you get in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, it's some white guy squinting, you know? This is real. I almost got teabagged on the way back to our table. They had these risers on each corner of the dance floor, and up there was basically a naked man. Okay, I mean, he was wearing the G-string, but a tiny one. Okay, and he was way bigger than that. Okay, my man, Puerto Rican G-string, according to the flag on it. And my man was just shaking it, just.
Did you ever see like the male strippers when they got like the elephant G-string and their dicks in the fucking trunk?
A light hits a sequence, goes into my periphery, and I go, whoa, nuts. I'm Matrix nuts. Quite possibly the most athletic move I've made in the last 30 years. Not gonna lie to you, it's pretty impressive. Because that's not my luck. My luck is to have the full tea bag. Me go, sorry, will you get it off my face, please? He's Puerto Rican, I smell plantains. Okay, yeah, that's not. We get to the tape, and right by our name are 3 pills. And my wife goes, is that candy? And I'm like, honey, I'm pretty sure I know every candy ever made. I don't know what those first 2 are, But that last one looks like pharmaceutical grade MDMA from the early 90s. And my wife goes, what's MDMA? And I go, that's ecstasy. And she goes, yeah, you remember that, don't you? Yeah.
I think that if you're a content creator and you make enough videos, you shouldn't have to watch
the
that.
gay guy in charge, okay? And he's like, hello, party people, hello. Tonight, baby, we're gonna party till 3 a.m., baby. It was 7:20, Jack. It was 7:20. My man's calling 3? I don't think so, okay? Tonight, baby, we're all going to Wonderland, just like Alice. Everyone on your table, you have 3 pills, baby. One will make you smile, one will make you talk. And one, the little Goldilocks pill. Because just like Diego, it makes everything all right. So let's take these pills, okay, baby? On 3, everybody. 1, 2, 3, oh. My wife's like, should we take these pills? Oh, yes. These are gay drugs. You're damn right we're taking these. These are the best drugs they make. Nobody was seated to my left. I grabbed them pills, did them too. Where I'm from, you're gonna dance to the devil, you might as well. Whatever it was, it worked. It worked phenomenal. 20 minutes later, I was sitting there wondering that if the nucleus of an atom was as big as a car, that nucleus could be in Los Angeles, yet the electron that orbits it would be in New York. That's how much distance is in an atom. Comparable. But yet, we just learned in physics that that electron, which should be a static negative charge, because it's always orbiting, keeping in a constant positive, neutral. Makes sense in a stable element, right? But no, physicists have found that electron dips throughout dimensions, in and out. So it could pop up in New York or Mexico City or Hawaii. It's amazing. It's amazing that might be the thread that holds us to this dimension, is those electrons. That's what I thought was going on in my head. Turns out, I was just tweaking my nipple, holding my junk, dancing to Kesha in the corner. Good times. We went to 340. Diego was right. It was a hell of a party. It was a hell of a party. So glad I went. Don't be homophobic. No need. You know, I know that, but it's kind of nice to be an ambassador for my accent, because every gay man thinks that everybody talks like me hates them. Couldn't be farther from the truth. You know, they were, it was impressive, you know. I'm glad I could be there for that, because I used to be dumb, you know, like when I was a child of the day. I used to think the worst thing in the world would be have a gay man hit on me. You know what's way worse than that? Having 300 gay men on ecstasy not hit on you. Yeah. That sets it up right there. Thanks, guys. Y'all been fun.
I'm finding another one. Let's see. This guy's fucking hilarious, dude. Jimmy O. Oh.
How's everybody doing? Yes. guys very much for coming out. What's up, y'all beautiful people? This is great, man. You guys can have a seat now. You guys can have a seat. Thank you. Thank you so much. Where my Asian people at? Asian people. Hey, now. We're out here representing, man. I gotta say, it's been a couple of good years for us Asians. Right? Yeah. We had Crazy Rich Asians last year. That was a huge moment for us. Yeah. Jeremy Lin won a championship for doing nothing. He's the first Asian kid to receive a participation trophy. We gotta be proud of him. Finally. It's great couple of years, man. But this is recent history. I don't know if you guys remember this. Just 3 years ago, there was a movie called The Great Wall, starring Matt Damon. It was a real movie. It was Matt Damon in ancient China fighting dragons and shit, and everybody spoke English. So what the fuck is this? But you gotta understand, I'm not mad at Matt Damon, okay? He's an actor. That's what he does for a living. That's how he gets a check. I get it. If somebody were to offer me a lead role in a movie called Mount Rushmore, I'll play the shit out of George Washington, you know what I mean? No shame in my game. I'll George Washington Carver if they let me. That's a black guy, by the way. I don't know.
He invented the peanut butter, right?
I see a lot of people out here in the streets, they want to come up to me, but they're not really sure. There's a lot of debate amongst their friends. They're like, hey man, are you sure that's him? If we go up there, we gotta be sure. Because if we go up there and it's not him, we're gonna look super racist. Are you sure that's not Ken Jeong? I don't know, it looks kind of like Ali Wong, I don't know. And they come up to me, it's always like the first thing they say, like, hey man, aren't you that dude Jing Yang from that show Silicon Valley? And I was like, yeah, thank you, I appreciate that, yeah, I am. And then they're like, oh shit, I didn't even know you speak English in real life. Like, it's called acting, motherfucker. Like, did you really think Matt Damon was Chinese? Like, what's wrong with you? I don't know what the disconnect is. Like, if a white actor...
Just wait till he gets to the one where he talks about Tai Chi.
He wins an Oscar.
He says it just looks like
Chinese accent, I'm automatically from the old country.
men trying to jerk themselves off.
Representation matters, man. A lot of Asian people come up to me, very proud, very nice. They're like, Jimmy, thank you for representing the Asians, man. And I'm like, hey, you're welcome. But you do understand it's not really a choice, right? Like when you wake up Asian, you can only represent Asians. I could just wake up and I'm like, fuck it, I'm representing Nigerians today. I'm very proud to represent the Asians, but at the same time, there's so much pressure. Like nobody ever wanted to Matt Damon be like, hey Matt, thanks for representing the whites. Sounds weird. That's like a different conversation for some reason, you know? If somebody came up to me and be like, hey Jimmy, I'm representing for the whites, I would leave that town immediately and never come back. So much pressure to represent. I gotta be a good Asian everywhere now. I gotta tip everywhere I go. That was one of the major advantages of being Asian, is I can just pretend I don't know how to tip. Y'all know what a Chinese tip is? Chinese tip, it doesn't matter how big your bill is, you tip $2. That's a Chinese. That's a Chinese tip, man. Now I gotta tip 20% everywhere. I gotta give every Uber driver a 5-star rating just so I can be a good representative. Everywhere I go, I gotta represent. Even day-to-day shit. Even the bedroom, I gotta represent. After I hooked up with this one girl, this is what she said to me. She's like, Jimmy, I don't know how to tell you this, but you're the first Asian guy I've ever been with. I'm like, okay. What do you want, a fortune cookie? Like, what what do you want? She act like she just unlocked a new character on Street Fighter or something. Why do you feel the need to say that? This one girl said this shit that was so disrespectful. This is what she said to me after we hooked up. She was like, Jimmy, I'm just glad the stereotype's not true. You don't have a small penis. And I'm like, bitch, you understand? You just insulted my entire race of people. But thank you. First of all, thank you for thinking that I did have a small penis and we still had sex. You're the real MVP. You get 2 fortune cookies tonight, miss. Thank you. But that's a fucked up stereotype, right? That's not even true. That's a fucked up stereotype.
No, that's true.
Everybody should have average dick until proven guilty. I don't care how tall you are, what ethnicity you are, how big your hands are. Everybody should start at average dick. 8 inches. We'll go from there. There's so much pressure, man. Now I feel like every time I have sex, there's a billion Chinese people on my back just judging. I gotta make sure I perform and represent, you know? I gotta give an extra pump for my uncle in Shanghai, an extra pump for my nephew in Hong Kong and shit. It's like, oh my God. That's why you see old Asian people, they be walking like this, just like... There's so much pressure. I love all Asian people, man. Yeah. All Asian people are the best. But why are
you ever go to a comedy show?
Asian people always stretching in the park?
Every once in a while. Oh, here's the one.
It doesn't matter which city and which park you go to. You wake up 6:30 in the morning. You see about 250 old Asian people all doing this shit at the same time. For like and my dad was trying to, oh, they were warming up to do Tai Chi. I'm like, for how long? And ironically, Tai Chi is a warm-up in itself. So they're warming up to warm up for nothing. And I think to a lot of Americans, like people think that Tai Chi is some like exotic Chinese secret, some Oriental art. No. Tai Chi is just exercise for people who are too old to exercise. Let's not exoticize these things, you know? It's actually super simple to do Tai Chi. I went to the park, watched those old people for like an hour, and I learned how to do Tai Chi. Very simple. All you gotta do is 2 things. All you gotta do to do Tai Chi is pretend you're wiping down a window and getting a blowjob at the same time. You guys seem skeptical. Allow me to demonstrate. Very simple. All you gotta do, you get in your little stance, right? Okay? And then you wipe down a window. And now you get a blowjob. And then you lift her head up because you're a gentleman, you know? That's Tai Chi. Hey, let's not exoticize these Asian things. They're just old people reminiscing about the days when they got sucked off. That's it. You gotta take advantages of these like Asian stereotypes. You know, if people's gonna exoticize us, that's fine. Whenever somebody asks me to do something I don't want to do, I just make up a fake Chinese holiday now. It's like, hey Jimmy, can you help me move next Monday? I'm like, Monday? That's the Dragon Boat Lychee Boba Festival, dog. I can't just help you move. My grandfather died for that shit, you understand? And if people's gonna assume that I don't speak English, that's fine. That's what I do now when I get pulled over by the cops. I just pretend I don't speak English. Haven't gotten a ticket in 5 years. Last time I got pulled over, the cop was knocking on my window. He's like, sir, you do understand you can't make a right turn here. It says right there in the sign you can't make a right turn. So I just looked up at him. I was like, oh. I don't know. I'm sorry, but the English is not very good, so I cannot read the sign. And he was really confused. He just looked back down at me. He was like, "Sir, the sign is not in English. It's a diagram, so I don't understand how that's a language barrier." So I just looked up at him. I was like, "Oh, I don't know. But do you know today is the Dragon Ball Light? Gotta use it to your advantage, people." Very happy to be here, man. Thank you. Oh, you guys are happy. Thank you for all your support. It's been great. It's been really great. Like I'm like quasi-famous now. Nothing's really changed. I might get a free appetizer at select PF Chang's. That's about it. Nothing's really changed. I was still using Tinder up until like a year ago. This is a true story. But now I realize I got a whole new set of issues on Tinder. Like now when I do match with a girl, she doesn't believe that it's me. Like, ugh, that's not you. You're not that guy from this thing and that thing. I'm like, who the fuck is using me as a fake profile? You gotta think real deep to use me, man. I feel like there's so many better choices out there. One time my agent told me that I had a good look. And I'm like, thanks, dude, I appreciate that. But then it took me years to realize that having a good look is totally different than being good looking. I still don't know what the fuck it means.
Allentown,
And look, I'm not being self-deprecating, okay? That's Hollywood talk. I don't listen to that shit. I understand that in real life, I'm like super good looking. If you're into anime.
I think me and this guy would be best friends.
Fit in, people. One time I went over to the girl's house. She has this like Naruto anime poster in her bedroom. I knew I was fucking that night. You gotta know your demo, people. Asian people who don't need Tinder anymore, we just go to BTS concerts. That's how we do that parking lot pimping. I've been dating a lot of tall girls lately because it makes me look successful. No. I think tall women are beautiful, but some of them like to wear heels. That's just disrespect. Like, you're already 5 inches taller than me. Why the fuck are you wearing heels? And she's like, it makes my ass look better. I'm like, your ass is in my eye.
That guy was pushing a heater.
Neither of us look good, okay? I look like a child.
Where's he gonna plug it in at? Where'd he get it from? Where'd he get it from? Okay. Maybe it's like fell off the back of somebody's
pickup truck. Last time I took a tall girl to this concert. I don't know if you guys know this, but apparently tall people have fun at concerts. Are you guys aware of that? I'm 5'5". I just go to concerts to smell other people's armpits. Like, what the fuck's the point of this? She was having a time of her life doing what the tall people do at concerts, you know? Jumping around, obstructing other people's views, seeing everything. I was frustrated. I had enough. So I just looked up at her. I was like, hey, pick me up. This bullshit. I paid for these tickets, okay? I want to see Billie Eilish too. Come on.
I want to see Billie Eilish too.
Make the bunny up and under. Get one bunny.
I never paid attention to her until her titty jiggle video came out.
You did it. Let me see. I gotta look. Neighbors will be here in 45.
Okay. Well, right now, I'm at Borgata.
I want to be at Borgata.
Better fucking go, buddy.
We were at Borgata.
Borgata Casino Online. Sign up and get a 100% deposit match up to $1,000. It's time to get gifting at PC Richard & Son. They want gifts? We've got gifts. So get gifting. PC Richard & Son.
I know I'm becoming an adult finally, because now my favorite TV show is Fixer Upper on HGTV. That's the greatest show of all time. You guys watch it? Chip and Joanna Gaines, Fixer Upper? It's a great show, right? It's a great show. Like, it's really a beautiful relationship. Joanna does all the interior decorating, and she brings it on furniture, makes the house look amazing, and Chip just hires Mexicans to do everything for him. It's the most symbiotic American relationship ever. And it's a really nice show. It's a feel-good show, right? It's an aspiring show. You watch the show and you're like, man, one day, maybe my house could look that nice if I moved to Waco, Texas. If I just give up on my life and move to Waco, Texas, maybe I can have a new open concept kitchen. I don't know about you guys, shit is expensive where I live in LA.
Well, yeah,
And I
you
watch
in
the show,
LA.
I just get frustrated. Because you get like these like entry-level job having people in Texas, and they're like, Joanna, we're looking for a 6-bedroom house on 3 acres of land, and our budget's $50,000. Bitch, I can't even buy a crack house in Compton for 50. HGTV is just basically MTV Cribs for adults. Because when you're 15, you're crazy at dreams, you know? You watch MTV Cribs and you're like, oh man, one day I hope I can have a Lamborghini. One day I hope I can have a fridge with only Gatorades. And now you're like 35, your dreams just get a little more realistic. You're watching HGTV and you're just like, oh man, one day I wish I could just fix this roof. Look, I'm doing like fine by any measure, you know, but I still live in a 1-bedroom apartment because that shit is rent controlled. And when the Asian people, when we find a good deal, we're never letting that shit go. Yeah. That apartment is about to be generational. It's gonna get passed down to my nephew, his kids, and all that. It's mine now, basically. I don't want to buy a house. I live by myself. And I'm scared of ghosts. I've seen enough movies to know that ghosts only haunt houses. Not 1-bedroom apartments. I've seen enough Hollywood movies to know that ghosts only haunt rich people's houses in the suburbs, preferably with a newborn baby. Because they got way too much to lose. Shit is high stakes. I live by myself. I ain't got nothing to lose. A ghost come haunt me, I just move. Worst come to worst, I lose my security deposit. Fuck it, you know? What's a ghost gonna do? He's gonna follow me from unit to unit, start knocking on my light fixtures and shit. I'm like, hey dog, go ahead, it's not mine. You fuck around, we both get evicted, okay? Like, you don't want to be a homeless ghost. And if you really think about it, what kind of loser ghost haunts an apartment? That means that ghost probably died in that apartment. He didn't even die a homeowner. I ain't got no respect for that shit. He comes home, I just start talking shit to him like, hey dog, what was your credit score when you died though? Like for real. I was born in Hong Kong. Any Hong Kong people? A couple of us? Awesome, man. For you guys that haven't been following the news, Hong Kong is a part of Japan.
No, not in Philly anymore. I don't think.
I'm joking, obviously. But I said the same shit in Kansas City, and people were like, really? Oh, we learned something new today, Bill. I did a show in Kansas City. I don't know why either. People are very nice in Kansas City. I'm not gonna say like they're racist or anything like that, but they're just like curious. Like they're watching me like they're watching an episode of National Geographic.
Oh, hey, Danny.
And a pack of giraffe just ran by. And they're like, oh, I've never seen one of those in real life. Looks majestic. This one kid in Kansas City came up to me after the show. Very nice kid. This is what he said. He was like, Jimmy, thought you were really funny, man. I don't mean to offend you. That's when you know you're about to get offended. It's like, I don't mean to offend you, but when I first saw your poster, I thought you were gonna play the violin. I was like, I do, motherfucker, just not right now. Shit. Keep it a secret. See, I gotta say, I got some of the nicest crowds in the business. I rarely ever get heckled. And one time I was talking about how I used to play the violin. Old Chinese lady sitting in the front just stood up and screamed out, "First chair or second chair?" And I was like, thanks, ma'am. Fifth chair, actually. Fifth chair.
Pretty good.
Wasn't very good.
Didn't get Italian. We ate at the casino.
I grew up very stereotypically in Hong Kong. Like my real name is not even Jimmy. That's my English name. My real name is Man Xing. In Cantonese, Man Sing. It stands for 10,000 success. Yeah. I had very ambitious parents, and now I'm telling dick jokes and doing Tai Chi on stage. So. Jimmy was just kind of like an arbitrary English name that just sounded easy. And my dad, he named himself Richard. I was like, Dad, why'd you name yourself Richard? He was like, because I want to be rich. It makes so much sense. And then they named my older brother Roger after the James Bond actor Roger Moore. Yeah, but my brother hated that name. He was like, man, it makes me sound like an old white guy. So eventually he changed his own name to Roy.
Roy?
So now he sounds like an older white guy.
He's just telling
and
me.
And now his full name is Roy Roger. The oldest white guy to ever white. I grew up very stereotypically, man. I didn't play basketball, football. I grew up playing ping pong. Competitively. That was a serious national sport back home, man. You know, I didn't go to any like fun summer camp.
No, we ate at like a pub in the
ping pong
casino.
Training camp in Guangzhou,
a really good
China.
Nashville hot chicken sandwich.
I almost died. It was 100 kids competing for one spot on the national team. It was basically Fortnite with ping pong paddles. We took that shit seriously though. My dad would take me to every practice, every tournament game, and he always tried to give me a pep talk before every game. But you know, Asian parents, they're way too honest. So every pep talk just turned into an insult. Like he'll come up to me and be like, Jimmy, you're going to play well, okay? Even though you're slow, even though you're weak, and you'll suck. And then he would just walk away. I was very good at math. That's a big Asian stereotype. I think there's some truth to that. Not because of some weird genetic thing, just because our parents care so much more about mathematics and academics, right? You guys seen it? You guys seen those like Kumon learning centers in those strip malls, right? Right? Kumon learning centers, so you guys that don't know, are basically detention camps for young Asian children. You can tell that place is kind of fucked up by the look of its logo. Because it's supposed to be a smiley face, but it's not really smiling. It's just like, man. My parents were way too cheap to send me to Kumon. They got a different strategy. They never let me use a calculator until I turned 15, so I can work on my brain function. That's an old school Chinese strategy. You know, so when I turned 15, it was a very special occasion. It was basically my quinceañera. My dad just gave a TI 83 plus. And he looked me in the eyes and he was like, you're a woman now, okay? But when you're a kid, when your parents tell you can't do something, what do? You rebel, right? So when I was 14 years old, I stole my brother's calculator. I stole Roy Rogers' calculator. And I locked myself in my room and I started rebelling. I started doing math homework. Other kids were like fucking around with like alcohol and drugs. I was fucking up some problems, you know? Locked myself in a room. I was just punching in numbers. I was like, oh man, this feels great, you know? It's so wrong. It's awesome. My dad was pissed. He was knocking the other side of the door. He doesn't like locked doors in the house. And he was screaming. He was like, Jimmy! Jimmy! What are you doing inside? Come out right now. I know you're in there using a calculator. Come out right now. I was so scared. I didn't know what to do. And he unlocked the door and he came in. I went into full panic mode. So I just threw away the calculator and I pulled out my pants. I was like, Dad, I was just jerking off. And he came in and he looked at me and then he looked at the math homework. And he was like, good, very good. You must have really like math. That's good. Keep it up. Because there's nothing that'll make an Asian father more proud than to see his son jerk off to his math homework. I grew up very stereotypically, man. But all these things, playing the violin, being good at math, my names, those things weren't stereotypes when I was growing up in Hong Kong because everybody was Asian. Everyone was good at math. It didn't become a stereotype until I came to this country when I was 13 years old, and I automatically became the weird foreign kid. Like, I didn't really even know how to speak English. I learned English how you guys will learn Spanish, just on paper. But if I would have dropped you off in Mexico when you're 13 years old, you would have died. I was a very confused kid, man. First day of school, everybody's standing up, putting their right hand to chest, doing the Pledge of Allegiance. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, did I just join a cult? What the? First day of school, this girl came up to me. She was like, hey, what's up? I didn't know what that meant, so I just looked up. I was a very confused kid. All these little customs I wasn't used to. Like the first day of PE class. First day of PE class, we had to change into our gym clothes. I've never done that. Everybody was wearing boxers, and I was still wearing tighty whities. And this kid, this bully next to me, he was being real mean. He was like, hey, look, the Asian kid's wearing tighty whities. That's gay. And I was like, oh, really? Is that what it means? I had no idea. And I put on my gym shorts, but my mom had bought me gym shorts that was my exact size and extra small. So that wasn't very cool because it came down mid-thigh. And apparently back in the day, that was called a John Stockton. And the same kid next to me, that bully next to me, he's like, hey, look at it. Hey, don't wear your pants like that. Pull your pants down, man. Pull your pants down. And I was like, who's the gay one now? But I didn't know what to do. Everybody was looking at me, and this kid kept saying, pull your pants down. So I was like, oh, shit. I've seen Shawshank Redemption. Maybe this is just how it works in America. So I start pulling down my shorts all the way down to my knees, all the way down to my ankle. And the same kid, the bully next to me, is like, hey, what are you doing? Don't pull him down all the way. That's gay. I'm like, what is not gay in this country? And apparently this other kid next to me is like, hey, don't pull him down all the way. Just sag him a little bit. Just sag your pants. And I didn't know what sagging your pants meant. Apparently that's a cool hip hop thing, to pull your pants down halfway down your butt. So you show everybody your asshole. And apparently that's the only not gay way to wear your pants in there. I had no idea.
No, it's closed. What about my letter? Hey, Lexus, call Uncle Brian. Uncle Brian.
To the North Pole.
The December to Remember sales event.
Get special offers on select Lexus models.
That was a dumb fucking commercial. Todo lo mejor. Está en un solo lugar. I love pancakes. Wait, was she wear underwear on the outside of pajamas?
Yeah, but you're still going down out there. Make game night crust easy.
She was wearing
It's time
underwear
to get
over her pajamas,
PC
wasn't she?
Richard and Son. Smart gifts, fun gifts, gifts that make
I
things
look kind of
smile.
like Meta Soprano. You ever watch that
They
show?
want gifts, we've got gifts. So get gifting. PC
My mom
Richard
stopped
and
watching
Son.
it after I
All these
posted
weird American
that
things I
Tony's
wasn't
mom
used
reminds
to.
me of my mom.
Eventually, I learned how to speak English by watching a lot of TV, mainly BET Rap City. Because that was my shit. I want to be cool, and nothing cooler than BET Rap City, right? Every music video was a slice of somebody's American dream. The first music video I saw was Jay-Z's Big Pimpin'. You guys remember that shit? Jay-Z's Big Pimpin' was the greatest music video of all time. It's Jay-Z and his boys on a yacht pouring champagne on this beautiful woman's face for like 4 minutes. I was like, this is America? It's amazing. That's all I wanted to do. Like before I even wanted to get into stand-up, that's all I want to do. I want to be a rapper. I want to be like Jay-Z and Big Pimpin'. So I started my own rap group in high school. It's a true story. It was me, my black friend Julian, and my other friend Yuji, who was half black and half Japanese. So we had perfectly 1.5 black dudes and 1.5 Asian dudes. And we called ourselves the Yellow Panthers. I know. I wish I was making this shit up, but I'm not. The Yellow Panthers was a real rap group, and we had a real rap song. It was called Underground Railroad Builder. I was confused. Eventually, I became a good Asian American, and I went to school to get an economics degree because that was the easiest degree that can still appease my Asian parents. But then after I graduated, I didn't want to do like econ or finance. So I went up to my dad. I was like, Dad, I don't want to do any of this. I want to go try and do stand-up. And he's like, what's a stand-up? You mean like a talk show? I was like, yeah, sure, talk show, whatever you want to call it, okay? But I want to go pursue my dreams. And he was like, no. Pursuing your dreams, how you become homeless. I was like, no, Dad, things are different now. We're in America, okay? In America, we're supposed to do what we love. He was like, no. Everyone does what they hate for money and use the money to do what they love. That's that old school Chinese mentality, right? See, I'm like first generation, but my parents, they're like -9 generation because they're so freaking Chinese. Like, it's really hard for me to watch TV with my dad because he's trying to make me explain everything to him. And first of all Asian people, they don't watch TV, they judge the TV. This is like, I'm just sitting next to my dad on the couch, and he's wearing his like old Asian man costume, which is just a wife beater and tidy whities. He's just sitting there, arms folded, judging the TV like. He just makes random noises around the house. Now whenever he sneezes, it's never just a sneeze. It's like a whole tsunami of sound waves that comes after. It's just like, hey, shit. I'm like, what the fuck, Dad? Just have an orgasm? What was that? And he doesn't understand what I'm saying half the time. He's like, oh, there's an orgasm. Okay, the orgasm. And he tried to make me explain everything to him on TV. Do you understand how difficult it is to explain a rap music video to an old Chinese man? We're just sitting there, and my dad was like, Jimmy, what I mean when he say Lamborghini Mercia? What's that? And I'm like, Dad, he's bragging about his car. It's a Lamborghini Murcielago, very expensive car. You know what that is, right? And he's like, oh, okay, yes. That's when you know they have no idea what the fuck he just said. Okay, yes, a Lamborghini, okay. Jimmy, what did he mean when he say, your chick, she's so thirsty, or what's that? And I was like, shit. Dad, he's making fun of somebody's girlfriend, okay? Saying like she likes attention from other guys, and she likes to do sex stuff with them. You know, like blowjobs and such. And he's like, oh, okay, yes. Blowjobs, okay.
I'll pause this for 1 second. I gotta tell you this thing. I saw this video. This fucking grandpa walks up to this like 12-year-old kid, and he didn't speak English, and he asked the kid how to say like I love you or something like that in English, and he goes, and this is what I told him. And then they're sitting at like Sunday dinner, a whole family's there, and grandpa or his dad goes to his wife, he goes, bitch, suck my dick.
I'm thirsty too, okay? So I was like, oh God, no. Got lost in translation. It's disgusting. I don't know if you guys know this, but I came from an acting family. But it's not really like Angelina Jolie and John Voight. I guess that would be Angelina Jolie in that equation. My dad is also an actor, but he started acting after I did. Because he was like, it's so easy, you can do it, I can. I'm like, that fine. If you think my life's so easy, why don't you go to some open call auditions and you understand how hard it is, how much rejection I face every day at my job. He was like, okay. And he went to all these auditions and he started booking everything. It's a true story. He got on this show in China, in mainland China, called Little Daddy, Xiao Baba. 500 million people watched that show. It's like the Big Bang Theory of China, and Richard blew up. And he was like, this isn't easy, I don't know. My plan completely backfired. And my aunt in Shanghai, she watched the show and she would call the house in LA and she's like, congratulations, Richard. You're such a good actor. Did your son teach you how to act? And he's like, no, I'm a natural. Oh, that's very good. You and your son, same business, you know? You two are very funny. He's like, no, Jimmy's not a funny. I'm like, that's bullshit, okay? You got one good role, good for you, I'm happy for you, but you're not a real actor yet. Real actors, we gotta cry, we gotta laugh. Do you even know how to cry in front of camera? He was like, yes, I just think about how much you suck at ping pong. Needless to say, I grew up with low self-esteem. Because I was raised by Asian parents. My dad's not even the worst, my mom's much worse. Have you guys ever hung out with old Asian ladies? Old Asian ladies will tell you exactly what the fuck is wrong with your face. As if they're trying to do you a favor. I go to my mom's house, the first thing she says, she's like, Jimmy, oh yo. Oh yo. Why is your face so fat? Your clothes look homeless. And your hair. Oh yo.
Oh yeah.
It's a gay. Sometimes it's like embarrassing for me to go hang out with my mom, you know, because Asian people, we just got a different custom, you know. Like my mom, when she goes shopping, she doesn't buy shit she needs. She just buys shit because it's a good deal. One time I brought a full price shirt home, $20, and she was like, "Was it a full price? No, it's a bad deal." I was like, "Mom, it's only $20." It's like, "Yes, $20 if you're stupid." She goes to Ross and she freaks out because everything's a great deal. She's like, Jimmy, you should buy this. You should buy, this is a good deal. This is a good deal. I'm like, Mom, that's a XXL shirt, okay? And it says obey on it. I'm not gonna fucking wear that. And she's like, it's okay, 50% off. Someday it'll fit, okay? If you want a good deal, you follow the old Asian people, right? You go to Costco, you see a sea of old Asian people because you know everyone's getting a great deal. Nobody's getting ripped off. You go to Whole Foods, never seen one old Asian motherfucker in my life. We don't believe in that shit.
Well, how does he know?
Look, there's nothing
If we don't believe in
wrong
that
with
shit,
Whole
then he
Foods.
shouldn't
Matter
be at
of
Whole
fact,
Foods.
it's too nice. And Asian people, we don't like to pay for atmosphere. Have you guys been to a Chinese grocery store?
Yeah.
It's a fucking zoo. You walk in there, there's just a frog jumping from one aisle to the other. There's a piece of fish still flopping around the floor. Half the place is an aquarium. I don't even know why you ever pay for your kids to go to SeaWorld when you just take them to the Ranch 99 for free. That's a good deal. That's a great deal. Asian people, we don't buy organic shit. We don't believe in organic labeling. We better still see is swimming or still walking. That's organic to us. That's the only way we know. All my friends in LA, all my hipster friends, they're like, Jimmy, you gotta eat organic, man. Those regular stuff you eat, they have growth hormones in them. It's gonna fucking kill you. I'm like, really? Growth hormones? Wait a minute, you trying to tell me I've been eating growth hormones all my life and I'm still 5'5" and I shop at Gap Kids? Get the fuck out of here. I'll pay extra for growth hormones. Get me to the GMO only section, you know? All this organic stuff in America is getting out of control. It's not just organic food. You got like organic bed sheets, organic hand soap. I don't know about you guys, but growing up in my very Chinese family, hand soap wasn't even a thing. Hand soap used to be that piece of crap leftover soap that my dad's been washing his balls with for 2 months. And he just puts it on the soap counter, you walk by, you rub your 2 fingers on it for good luck. That was hand soap. Nobody got sick, it was fine. Once in a while you got a piece of pube, so what? You deal with it. Now hand soap's so fancy, it's got its own aisle at the grocery stores. Because it's not about washing your hands anymore, it's a status symbol. We go to our friend's house and judge how well they're doing, but what kind of hand soap they got. We've all done this. You go to your friend's house, he's got that green bar soap that says Zest on it. That guy's a fucking peasant. Don't associate yourself with that kind of animal. He's gonna ask you for money, you know what I mean? And then next level up, you got like the $2 bottle of soft soap with the fish or the watermelon on it, you know? I like that family. That's the backbone of America. It's the middle class Honda Civics of soaps. Hard-working American family, man. I appreciate that. And then next level up, you got a soap that's so fancy, it doesn't even dispense soap. It dispenses foam. Which is just soap filled with air for an extra $6 a fucking bottle. Because as an American society, we decided we're way too good to rub our own 2 hands together to create our own foam and rather outsource that foaming action to some poor Chinese kid in Guangzhou, China to pre-foam it for us. Make America foam again, people. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. My mom eventually caved in and she bought the $2 bottle of soft soap with the fish on it. But she's so Chinese, she's been watering it down for 6 years now. And now it's just a bottle of water with a fish on it. Doesn't do shit. Because it's a good deal. I know I make fun of my parents, but at the end of the day, I love them very much. I think we all do, right? But Asian people, we don't ever say I love you to each other. That's just not our thing. One time I got high and I called my mom. I was like, Mom, I just want to tell you, Mom, I love you. And you can hear her start like crying on the other side of the line. She was like, oh, Jimmy, do you have a cancer? We just got different ways of showing love. Like when I see my grandmother, I don't give her a hug. I just give her a solid handshake. We're not about that hugging. And Asian grandmas, they're the best. You give her a handshake, she's like a vending machine. You give her a handshake, out comes a red envelope. And you gotta pretend you don't want that shit. You're like, no, please. Okay, thank you.
That's exactly how I take money.
That's just how we show love. My dad still calls me like 20 times a day just to check up on me. It's annoying, but I understand that's how he shows love. I was talking to my friend here, and he was like, "Oh, I haven't talked to my dad in 3 weeks." I'm like, "What, is he in jail?" He was like, "No, I live with him. I just haven't talked to him in 3 weeks." I'm like, "You do understand? If I don't call my dad back in 3 hours, he's gonna call 911." 911, what's your emergency? My son isn't dead. It's like, "Sir, is everything okay? Is your son dead?" He's like, "No, but he's a dead to me." Okay, bye. That's just how we show love.
On BetMGM Casino, there are so many jackpots that you never know when one will go for. So many jackpots. So many jackpots. BetMGM Casino.
I think I'm gonna get Prime.
Download and get a 100% deposit match
Prime.
up to $1,000
Amazon.
plus
I
$25
can watch all that
on
shit
the
on there.
house.
If you have
Casino.
EBT card, you get a half off. Prime. Did you know that? Yeah. I think it's like $5.99 a month. And then you get all the Prime movies and TV shows and stuff.
Nothing feels as good as driving a new Hyundai. And now you can get a great deal on your favorite model at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Plus, every Hyundai is backed by America's best warranty. Hurry to the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event before this offer ends. Make your next getaway your best one yet. Lease an all-wheel drive Santa Fe SE for $269 a month or get 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days. Hurry in.
My parents, they've been married for 38 years. Yeah, 38 years. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. 38 years. One time I asked my dad, I was like, "Dad, after
Handmade
38
in
years, do you still love Mom?" And he was like, "Love? Your mom married me to escape communist China. It's not love, it's a good deal." That's how we show love, people. I've been in this country for almost 20 years now. I think I feel every bit American. But I think other people still don't see that. As an Asian American, a lot of times people see you as Asian before they ever see you as American. Even still till today, whenever I tell people I'm from Hong Kong, this is always the first thing they say. They're like, "Oh yeah? You from Hong Kong? Yeah, dude, from Hong Kong, yeah. Ni hao." Like, do you think that's impressive or something? I don't understand the mindset behind that. You coming up to me to say ni hao, it's like me coming up to you guys after the show. I'm like, "Oh, you guys from here? Yeah, you're from here?
Hi."
It's not impressive. It's annoying. It's stupid. I don't even like going to Chinese restaurants with some of my friends anymore, because this is what they do to me every time. They're like, "Jimmy, you speak Chinese? You speak Chinese? Yeah. Order in Chinese, bro. They're gonna hook it up. Order in Chinese, bro. Order in Chinese, bro." I'm like, "Bro,
it's like that
scene. Panda Express.
It's like that scene in the 40-Year-Old Virgin, where the black dude wanted the other black
She's
dude
Mexican.
to hook him up.
Like what? Her name tag says Consuela. That's not Mandarin or Cantonese. Nothing has really changed, you know? Like about 10 years ago, I went on a college trip to Tijuana, Mexico. Because that's just what a good American college student would do. And the thing is, walking into Mexico from the US, they don't check anything. There's just a big revolving door. You walk right in. They don't even check your ID. It's easier to get into Mexico than a Costco. You just walk in. that's it. But coming back was a totally different story. Coming back from Mexico to the US, there's no more revolving doors. Now it's a concrete windowless tunnel with guards with M16 machine guns. And I was super nervous being an immigrant and all. And my college buddy Ian next to me, he was like, Jimmy, don't worry, man. Just tell them you're American. They let you right through. I'm like, easy for you to say, Ian. Ian walks up, he gets through, no problem. I walk up, the first thing they ask me, they're like, sir, are you an American citizen? I was like, yes. But I forgot one very minor detail, that I wasn't. I was still an immigrant on a green card, and I wasn't a full-on citizen yet. Next thing you know, I was detained in this 10 by 10 box, and they started interrogating me. They're like, sir, why did you lie about your American citizenship? I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm drunk and I really wasn't trying to lie. My friend in front of me told me to tell you I was American, so that's just what I did. It was a knee-jerk reaction. He was like, well, was he American? I was like, well, his name is Ian, so probably. And then the officer was like, sir, you do understand this is a very serious offense. We could deport you for this. I was like, deport me? I didn't even know that was an option. What was I gonna do back in Hong Kong? Restart my ping pong career? That ship had sailed, man. So I was like, sir, please don't deport me. I'm just drunk, stupid college student. I'm every bit American. I can recite you every single Jay-Z lyric if you want me to. I'm in 3 fantasy football leagues. If that's not American, I don't know what is. And I got very lucky. This is what he said. He was like, look, kid, you got lucky. We're not gonna deport you today, okay? But just don't ever do that again, or we send you back to where you came from. And this motherfucker was Asian. I was like, where I came from? We came from the same place, dog. I think I saw you at my uncle's wedding 2 years ago. Why are you gonna throw me under the bus? That guy definitely watched The Great Wall many times. But that was a very sobering experience. I'd been in the country for 10 years at that point, but I still wasn't American. Nothing has changed. I finally got my citizenship 3 years ago. And it's... you don't have to clap. My point is nothing has changed. Still Asian. Just because I got a new passport, nobody in any part of the world is going to come up to me and be like, hey, look! There's an American! Holy shit, look at him, he looks just like Rocky Balboa! Oh my God! No. The first day I got my passport, I was feeling real patriotic. So I went to my local Hooters. Yeah. I was drinking a Coors Light. I was watching a World Cup. It was USA versus Mexico. And I was like, man, I'm cheering for Team USA. I'm American, finally! And this old Mexican dude came up to me. He couldn't really speak English. And this is what he said. He was like, Amigo, Mexico, Korea, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you trying to start World War III or something? I'm not even Korean. He managed to insult me with the only 3 English words he knew. So I really felt the need to explain myself. I was like, sir, I'm not Korean, I'm Chinese. And he looked back to his friends, he was like, oh, pinche chanito, huh? And I'm like, sir, you do know that I can understand what that means, okay? I have Mexican friends back home just like you. He was like, no, I'm not Mexican, I'm El Salvador. And I'm like, oh, great, now I'm the fucking racist. Nothing has changed. The first time I used my American passport, I was feeling real good. I was going to Winnipeg, Canada to do some shows. Have you guys ever been to Winnipeg? Oh, you? Really? Are you guys from Winnipeg? No, just general Canadian pride. I appreciate that.
You know what they have in Winnipeg?
I don't think anybody in their right mind would go to Winnipeg. Not that there's nothing wrong with that city. It's way too cold and just not that fun. I had to go there for some work, so whatever. But I felt good. I walked through the border. I was holding my blue passport, and I slammed it down in front of the Canadian Border Patrol. I'm like, I'm American, sir. And he's like, okay. I didn't ask you that, but okay. Are you here for business or pleasure? And I was like, shit, I didn't think that far. I was obviously there for business, but I didn't get a business visa. So I looked him in the eyes. I was like, sir, I'm here for pleasure. And he looked right back at me. He was like, are you sure? Because nobody comes to Winnipeg for pleasure. The next thing you know, I was detained in this 10 by 10 box. Nothing has changed. I was hanging out with Julian not too long ago, 1/3 of the Yellow Panthers. We're just in LA on Melrose getting some brunch, and that's how you know two minorities had made it. Avocado toasts. We're just chilling, minding our own business, right? And this old man came up to us, old guy. He's wearing a hat that said Vietnam and Korea War vet. I was like, damn.
Don't fuck with that guy.
This guy really hates Asian people. Like, he survived us twice. I better be careful. But he was actually a really nice guy. He was a really nice guy, complete stranger. And he came up to me and Julian. He was like, guys, what you guys are doing right now, it's exactly the civil rights that I fought for in the 60s. Keep it up. And he just walked away. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't know there was a civil rights march for avocado toast. I was unaware. And Julian was like, no. He's trying to say that he fought for the right for an Asian man and a black man to hang out in public with no judgment. That's beautiful, right? I was like, no, he didn't. Jackie Chan fought for that shit in Rush Hour 1, 2, and 3, okay? Because representation matters. That's how we do change.
I think he was talking about them being
I just
gay.
want to see more Asian people out there doing their thing. Don't listen to your Asian parents. Go pursue your dreams. You know what I mean? Go do your thing, man. I just want to see more Asian brothers and sisters on TV.
I used to tell the kids I
Look,
managed
there's
that.
nothing more
I had a lot of
American
parents
than
come in and yell
NFL
at me
Sunday,
about that
than
shit.
football Sunday. But you don't ever see one Asian person. You don't see one Asian person in the NFL. I mean, we got that kicker, Young Ho Koo, you know?
Young Ho
But he
Koo.
gets cut every 2 weeks, so that doesn't... I can't go buy a new Young Ho Koo jersey every 2 weeks. You know what I mean? But what frustrates me, it's even in the commercials, even all the football commercials, you never see one Asian person. Right? Like all these great beer commercials, you got everyone. You got like even like dumb commercials with like a white guy climbing a rocky mountain for Coors Light. It's not like a good commercial. They don't sell you how good the beer is. They sell you how cold it is. It's like brew cold, package cold, ship cold. I'm like, isn't it ultimately up to my own refrigeration, sir? Latinos got great representation. The Dos Equis most interesting man in the world. That lasted like 15 years. One of the greatest commercials of all
Yeah, those
time.
were good.
So I wrote my own version of it. It's called The Most Asian Man in the World. You got an Asian actor on screen, an announcer in the back, and the music starts playing. He graduated with a law degree, but now he's a neurosurgeon. He's 52 years old, but everyone still checks his ID. Whenever he takes a picture, he throws up the victory sign. You guys ever realize the closer the victory sign is to your face, the more Asian you look? Like, this is normal. This is some mainland China WeChat shit, you know what I mean? That is He is the most Asian man in the world. And the Asian brother comes out. I don't always drink beer. But when I do, my face will turn red. Thank you guys very much. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
That was fun.
Now, what I was trying to tell you about going to the comedy show. Sometimes if you go to a comedy show and there's like a minority on stage, there are some people that won't laugh until like they look around and they see like that type of person laugh. That's bullshit. like comedy is like one of those things like music. It's just, if it's funny, it's funny. You know what I mean? Oh man. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock, huh? I'm gonna listen to this guy on the way home. My favorite guy. I'll let you know when I get home.
Okay. Thank you for today.
You're welcome. I had fun. I can't wait till I get to go home and I finally post those videos. I'll see you.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh, thank you. Let me know when you're home.
I will. Oh, the volume is off. See ya. Alrighty. Time to go home.
All right. Thank you. It's good to be home. Thank you. You look weird too. Let's start there. Went to Starbucks today, got behind the only person that's never been to one before. That was awesome. Hey, not everybody shops at Starbucks, I get it. But on your first day, fucking hang back a second. Get the lay of the land.
Repo man.
Don't jump in line fucking up the works. Because those of us who show up to Starbucks every day do not show up in a good mood.
Where the fuck are all these people going?
We kind of need you to get the fuck out of our way. Start asking drink questions, which is fine. You ask someone that works there. Don't ask me shit. Alright, what's a macchiato? I don't know. If I knew that, I wouldn't be here, would I? I'd have bought a machine, started making this shit at home. Think they're giving me a deal at $6 a cup every goddamn day? It's fucking coffee and milk, man. Pick a flavor and an Italian word and move to the left. Just want people to think for 2 goddamn seconds.
Not
before they
possible.
Shit some question out their word hole. This whole "there's no such thing as a stupid question" bullshit ends in high school. This is life. We're playing for points. And there are a shit ton of
Bro, I
stupid
don't think
questions.
you know where you're going.
Like when I was in the lobby of a hotel in Oklahoma, and a middle-aged woman approached me and said, "Excuse me, is that the elevator?" Are you shitting me? What other door looks like this? No, matter of fact, I want you to name another fucking door that opens magically from the middle and has 2 buttons on the side. Name it! Think people are walking in there and disappearing? Is this an episode of Star Trek? No. That's probably the goddamn elevator, isn't it? I was at San Bernardino, California in August when at 4 o'clock in the afternoon it was 118 degrees outside. At 7 o'clock that evening, the young lady I was with asked me if I thought she'd need a jacket.
Now I'm a comic, so sometimes when people hang out with me, they try a little hard to be funny. It's awesome. Thought maybe this is one of those times. So being a gentleman, I said, hey, you fucking with me? She said, no. Do you think it'll be chilly? It was 118 degrees 3 hours ago. Do you have any idea what kind of meteorological event would have had to occur for the temperature to drop 60 degrees in 3 hours? Did you hear sirens? Let me tell you something. The temperature drops 60 degrees in 3 hours. Fuck a jacket. Grab a lead vest. The shit's gone nuclear. Plans are canceled. Alright? Even if it dropped 30 degrees, it's still 88 fucking degrees outside.
Oh well.
Tired of it. Tired of being nice. Tired of going, oh, it's cute, they're stupid. No, fuck that shit. There are enough of us on this planet where we can start thinning the herd a little bit. I'm not saying we should hunt the stupid. I'm saying let's let them kill themselves. Let's take some warnings off some shit. Take do not eat off paint. Eat it. You want to eat it? Eat it. Feed it to your dumbass kids, too. Have yourselves a Sherman Williams Christmas. Take flammable off gasoline. If you don't know gasoline's flammable, highly doubt you could read it in the first place. A three-banger like flammable. Surprised you don't see more idiots.
Flammable.
Flammable. No, fucking lie to me. Just lie to me. I don't know what it says. I don't know what it says. I'm tired of reading. You have to give corporations an are you shitting me defense. So when stupid people do dumb shit with their products, corporate lawyers can just walk into court, look at the judge, look at the plaintiff, look back at the judge, go, you shitting me? This dude skied off his roof. Now you're suing me because I make skis. Are you shitting me? I gotta write down every goddamn thing you're not supposed to do with my product. Hey, don't assist in childbirth with this ski. Because they're starting to make products for stupid people. Right? We didn't used to do that. We used to make products for ourselves, and then stupid people would have to adapt. But now there's so many of them, they've become a marketing demographic. You don't believe me? Coors Light doesn't think you can tell how cold your beer is. Get in here, I can't feel feelings. If you stop feeling temperature, no more beer. You need to see a neurologist. What the Blue Mountains tell you is you're about to have a fucking stroke. Ladies, you need a digital readout on home pregnancy test. I want you to go ahead and call your gynecologist, make yourself an appointment, because we're gonna sew you up. We got enough of you. We don't need any more of you. Or your friends. I know you didn't take that goddamn test alone. All three of you couldn't figure out plus or minus? Really? Get in there, it's stitch time. Alright? I am very familiar with the home pregnancy process. Never once have I looked at one and gone, oh shit, it's analog.
Fucking commercials.
Warriors. This way.
Need a lift? Hope you brought coffee.
Hope you brought coffee.
The December to Remember sales event. Get offers on select models.
Get special offers on select Lexus models.
Thanks to Little Caesars large custom two-topping pizza for only $5.99. Every day is now Black Friday. Take that, calendar scientists. Yeah, calendar scientists. For a limited time, you can celebrate Black Friday every day with any two toppings you want on a large custom pizza for only $5.99. Watch out, daylight savings. You're next. It gets dark so early. Get a large custom two-topping pizza for the unbelievable price of $5.99 when you order online.
Pizza
$5.99.
Time to get gifting.
Oh, shit.
PC Richard and Son. They want gifts, we've got gifts. So get gifting. PC Richard and Son.
The country of Oman has had to give the country of Iran over $1.5 million on the United States behalf so that we could get 3 of our stupid people back. I don't know if you heard the story about the 3 backpackers who got lost in Iraq, ended up in Iran and got arrested. But for those of you who haven't,
Oh man, pretty good. How are
I'll tell
you?
you what these fucktards did.
I just got back from the aquarium with my lady.
They went to Iraq
Then we went to the casino. Pretty
on
good.
vacation. I didn't even know you could do that. Can you price line a Baghdad trip? Who does that? Ever! Hell, before the wars. Or now. 1972. People going to Iraq in the early 60s just hanging out? Fuck no, they weren't. It's goddamn shit. Looks like Arizona with a right? I get it. I get it to an extent. I understand the fraternal aspect of trying to one-up your Dungeons and Dragons friends. Right? Get back from your Iraq trip, they just got back from the Grand Canyon, they're talking shit. You're like, oh yeah, I went to Iraq, pick one and suck it. I get that. Had the fucktardery ended with them going to Iraq, they'd have been fine. But then they decided to go to the Iraq-Iranian border where even the locals were like, hey, fucktards. Right? It's a universal term. Over there it's like, ooh, fucktard or some shit. I don't know what it is. Well, why are you here? Backpackers, they're like, we're extreme, we love ESPN too.
Go Sean White.
Villagers told him, they said, you're more than welcome to stay in our village. We recommend you do so. God's name, whatever you do, don't go on those mountains over there, because Iran's over there. I don't know if you've kept up on the last 60 years of American history. They don't fucking like you. Backpackers were on
nice.
phase. They're like, we love Sean White, and they went, arrested. Because guess what? It's not hard to find 3 white people in the middle of the Iranian wilderness. They were the only white things for hundreds of miles. They were visible from space. Their parents asked our government to go get them. Our government basically said, every family does. Every family has a fucktard in it. And if you can't think of who it is, it's you. My sister's a goddamn fucktard. Doesn't mean I don't love her. But if my sister came home and told our parents that she was going to go to Iraq on vacation, my dad would have punched her in the face and said, "I'm sorry, I didn't hear what the fuck you just said." He would have done that because he's a good father. Sometimes as a parent, you have to punch a fucktard in the face to keep them out of prison. And while we're on the subject of having children, it's time to instill some new rules. All right, I know the Bible told you to live long and multiply. The Bible didn't get caught in the middle of rush hour, did it? No, there's a lot of us. It's time to slow some shit down. No more having litters. No more having 8 or 9 kids. Are you out of your goddamn mind? You can't be a good parent to 8 kids. I know. My mom's one of 7, and there's 2 uncles we don't talk to. It's not smart people having a shit ton of kids either. I'd be fine with it if that was the case. But it's not. Not this, maybe last generation, not this generation. You don't see 2 young doctors spitting 9 out, do you? No, it's always Cletus and Velveeta. Clogging up the trailer every 3rd fiscal quarter. I'm fucking tired of it. New rule. If you're under 35, you get 3. 3! That's 1 more than you should get. That's 2 and a fuck up. You can pick it. Alright, it's for tax purposes. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe you had a lazy eye. Maybe you had twins. You know they're gonna be fucking weird, so now you got a normal. I broke up with her. That's a rarity. I know a lot of you are looking at me like, you should probably hang on to whoever hangs out for any amount of time. It's a valid point. I made a mistake. I found someone that couldn't live without me. I thought that's what you wanted. And then I found it. It's fucking obnoxious. It's like having a puppy that can text you. What you want is someone that doesn't need you in the least, but chooses to be with you because they love you.
Word.
That's why my parents are still together, because my mom still might leave. It's been 40 years and 2 kids. She's still not sold on it. She's vocal about it too. Dad knows. He's like, I just want to thank you for hanging out. You've been great. We just had opposite things. You know, I like to go outside. I like to go drink. I like to go meet people. She liked to sit inside and worry about shit that hadn't happened. She was a worrier. That's what she did. That was her Pinterest. She worried about the craziest shit too. First night I stayed at her place, sleep. She says, you need to sleep on this side of the bed. So that's fine. It's the other side, like your side or something. She said, no, this side's closest to the door. You need to sleep there in case someone breaks in, tries to rape me. You'll be on that side. Does this happen a lot? Because if it's got...
Now hold on, hear me out here. I think she's wrong. I think she's wrong, I'll tell you why. When me and my wife were together, or all my other girlfriends, I always had them sleep closest to the door, because my logic was, if someone came in and attacked them, I would wake up and stop them. But if somebody attacked me while I was sleeping, they would kill me easily, and then they probably wouldn't have raped her, but then they probably would have killed her and she wouldn't be able to stop it. But I'm just saying, it makes more sense the other way around. So that lady was wrong. She just wanted them both to die. There we go.
I believe you have grounds to break your lease. So let me get this straight. Dude's gonna break in, get all the way to the bedroom, and go, fuck it, she's on the other side.
See? Doesn't work out.
And this would also lead one to believe that you think I might sleep through a rape. I'm laying right next to you. Worst comes to worst, fucking nudge me. Wake up. Rape. Sodomy. So I'll tell you what, dude breaks in, starts raping me. I'm waking her ass up. Leave that. Hey! What do you mean, what? You're plowing the shit out of me back here. Kinda figured he was looking for you. She was very proper. She was very into manners, which I was fine with. I thought my parents raised a gentleman. She informed me I was incorrect. We're at a deli. A sandwich shows up. There's a pickle next to my sandwich. Little backstory. I fucking hate pickles.
Well, guys, thanks for sticking with me on the way home. But I'm home. Oh, shit. See you later.